smooth?
Well, I would say it's easier to define smooth by what it is, by what it isn't, as what it is in this case.
It was a riot.
Yeah, I would say that unlike every other transition of power in the history of the United States, this one had a riot at the Capitol where people died. So I'm not that smooth. And, indeed, not only that, but we have a president who's now our nominee, Republican nominee, who not only continues to say that the election was stolen, continues to contest it, but continues to talk about how these people that we're showing on screen right now are patriots, warriors for truth, that they were set up by the federal government, that he promises now to pardon them if he gets back, including the ones that have been convicted and are currently serving time. So, the lack of smoothness to the transition continues to this day, nearly 4 years later. I will say about Doug Burgum, a man who was once quite critical of Donald Trump, a man who was said a lot of negative things about him when he ran for president. That seemed quite sensible and quite tethered to the reality-based community. He's now a man who's openly pining for a job whose previous occupant, under the same boss, was nearly hung on the south lawn of the Capitol. Now, if that's not definite, it's almost like kind of the definition of, if the only real thing you need to be vice president is to be ready from day one to be president, anybody who wants this job is kind of inherently disqualified from having this job. Because anybody who wants the job when the previous occupant was thrown to the wolves by the boss is someone who should be on a psychiatrist's couch and potentially medicated, not considered ready from day one to be president of the United States, in my opinion.
Certainly his judgment could be questioned. Another example of a Republican debasing him or herself for Donald Trump. We have more to get to about the default